Sean and Ben in the zone, talking Notre Dame football beneath the golden dome. Blue and gold forever, the passion only grows. Welcome to the Irish Brothers Show. And here we go.
What's up, everyone? I am Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters. Welcome in.
So, Happy New Year, everybody. And with a new year comes some changes.
Yep.
As you guys can see, and we've been giving you guys a little taste of this in prior shorts and videos, we are no longer the Two Irish Brothers Show. We are just the Irish Brothers, because there's more than two of us involved. A lot of you, not just our buddy Tanner who hopped on board, but all of you who have been associated with us in the past. You know, Ryan, Lisa, George, Matt, all of you. So we don't want to limit it to just two.
Yep.
There's more of you involved behind the scenes. So with that said, since it's a new year, it's a rebrand, we've decided to venture out and go back on social media, as you guys can see in the bottom of the screen here. So we will have all the links to those pages posted in the description box. But yeah, we got Twitter, we got Facebook, obviously YouTube, where we're at right now. We have Instagram, we have X, and that, for those of you who don't know, that green icon, that is Rumble. That's probably like the second biggest social media streaming platform on the internet, next to YouTube. You guys don't have to go there if you don't want to. Basically, we're trying to see who else is in that platform that maybe they want to come and see us here on YouTube and vice versa. So there you have it, folks. A new name, going in style, baby. Going in style here. So we have been absent for the past 2 weeks due to Christmas and myself having surgery that I've been recovering from. We got a lot of things to talk about, Ben.
Yes, we do. Kind of a smorgasbord of stuff today, if you will.
Yep, absolutely. So let's talk about the one thing that we really wanted to talk about when we were setting our game plan up off screen. Marcus Freeman. I made a little short about this last night. He is committed to Notre Dame long term, or at least that's what the extension says.
Yeah.
So I think the contract runs to what? 2030, 2031?
Roughly, yes.
So run it back indeed, baby.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too, okay, because we're going to start off with the Freeman situation. There were a lot of quote-unquote articles about Freeman's going to the NFL. Freeman's done with Notre Dame. Yada, yada, yada. Why would you want to leave the best situation that you've had, not only for the Irish, but yourself, for a very volatile and uncharted water situation in the NFL? Because it's not like you're going to go to the Broncos, who are 13-3, or the Patriots, who are 11-4. You're going to go to Cleveland or New York or
the Giants were trending.
So, the lowest of the low right now. You're literally starting from square one again. Why would Freeman want to go anywhere near that? I just don't get it. So, yeah, I'm happy he's back. Like I said, I feel like his mission is to win a national championship at Notre Dame. He's come very close. Very, very close in that national championship that we lost to Ohio State. And we'll get into it in a little while, but, what could have been in this playoff if Notre Dame had made it in? What could have been, And we're going to talk about playoff and some of the situations that have come out of the playoff.
Yes.
So been a very interesting playoff, not going to lie. Very, very interesting playoff. And to give a little sneak peek in just a few minutes, it's been a very interesting first two expanded playoffs, if you will. So we'll get into that.
I just want to add real quick too with the Freeman rumors to the NFL and all that. Hey, the Giants were trending, and to our buddy George, if he sees us, sorry, man. I know you're a big Giants fan, but they're a mess right now, and I think even you would admit that yourself. But here's a big issue with going between college and the NFL. College, it's kids. The NFL, these are grown men, families.
Yeah.
You can't interact with them the same way that you can with college kids.
Yeah.
So that's a huge difference right there.
There's still a lot of camaraderie, but it's a way different beast. Yes,
it's a different atmosphere than college. That's for sure. So it's all I know is I'm glad to have Marcus Freeman. I see so many good things coming from him in the future. He's going to lead this program in the right direction. I think he's going to get us one. And of course, by one, I mean a national championship.
Yeah.
So moving right along, Ben, let's talk about the playoffs. You said that you had a very interesting take in particular with Miami.
Yes. So first off, we have had a very interesting first two playoffs. I mean, wouldn't you say? Like,
very much.
We saw last year an Ohio State team who didn't win their conference become road warriors, basically. Because, I mean, yeah, they hosted, but then after that, you're pretty much on the road, and go win the whole thing. So there's that. Coming into this weekend of games, okay? Coming into this week, I shouldn't even say week, because it's Thursday and Friday are the games because of the NFL. We have only had one team, one, that had a bye make it past the second round. One.
And that, of course, being
Indiana.
Yeah.
Who absolutely decimated Alabama. So it's a really interesting situation. It's very, very interesting. And what makes it more interesting is a Miami team that almost didn't make it into the playoffs is a win away from a national championship berth. And I will admit it. I thought that Miami was fool's gold. I thought that they were a bunch of frauds. And they proved me wrong. I will admit it. I will eat crow and admit it. They beat A&M and A&M in College Station. Okay. And then you go to the next game against a very good Ohio State team, and you beat them by 2 scores. So that is that. Now, the big key to this, the big key with Miami is that Miami shows why, in my opinion, expansion has to happen again. Because Miami and JMU, in my opinion, show why expansion is needed. And people are going to be like, well, why JMU? In the first round, JMU scored the most points out of almost all the teams, aside from Oregon. Every other team that even won their games didn't score as many points as JMU.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
though.
Here's the thing with that.
It has to expand. It has to, because you have that situation, and then you also have Miami. And what if Miami hadn't gotten in? And what would have happened with BYU if they were in? Because look what they did against Georgia Tech. And what would have happened if Notre Dame was in? There are too many, and there's always going to be a team that doesn't make it in that should have been in. I mean, we see it in the field of 68 in college basketball every single year. We see it. What if? But Miami going this distance and potentially, if they beat Ole Miss, making it to the national championship shows, in my opinion, why expansion is legitimately needed. Because there's too many chances and too many opportunities for these teams to go on a run.
I got to say one thing, Ben, real quick. Now, first off, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not. But you know that with James Madison, the only reason they scored that many points is because Oregon was playing their third and fourth stringers.
Right.
I got to be fair. You have to be fair.
But
and
people are going to bring up, well, they got blown out and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Alabama got blown out.
And I will say with Alabama, a lot of things that I've heard people saying, well, turns out the committee got it right, didn't they? They got it right. No, just because you start winning when you get to the playoffs doesn't mean that you deserve to be there. So that's
a good counterpoint.
That's in regards to Alabama. I'm not talking Miami.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Miami, okay, it came down to the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But the fact that they leave in Alabama, and I've said this a million times, over us to just so they can make that head-to-head take effect. And we all know the homerism with the love and favoritism with ESPN and the SEC. Now, Alabama does not deserve to be there. Just because they won a game doesn't mean that the committee got it right. So let's just stop that nonsense right there.
I mean,
not that you said that. I'm not saying you said that. I'm just addressing all that.
And that's an interesting point too, though. You bring up a really interesting point because, like, obviously ESPN does have a deal with the SEC. I mean, there's literally a presentation. You know what I'm saying? Is the SEC cooked? I mean, seriously, like, have you seen how bad it is in the SEC right now? Like, just if you're going by bowl season, just by bowl season.
Oh yeah, they at one point they were like 0-5 or 0-6 in bowl games.
Like, only a handful of teams won their bowl game.
Yeah,
and I mean, these are teams that should have won. So I mean, granted, Alabama and Oklahoma played each other. Georgia and Ole Miss play each other. So, like, put a star next to that because it's SEC team playing an SEC team. But I mean, what did LSU do? What did Vanderbilt do? What did Tennessee do? What did Mizzou do? I mean, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So yeah, and the ACC struggled as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Georgia Tech blew it against BYU. NC State was really the team, for the ACC. Clemson lost. Like, I mean, it's basically like Miami. Like, they're the ones that won. That's it. So,
yeah.
It's crazy.
I want to say one thing with Miami. My issue has never been with the Miami football team. So right now they're not playing like frauds, and I give them credit. Now I will say their fans, on the other hand, are frauds, because just dealing with them in the comment sections and whatnot, and listen to them run their mouths. They're the ones who are the true frauds, and here's why I say that: their team's winning, and yet they can't fill their home stadium.
Yeah.
They can't fill their home stadium most of the time. So why aren't they going to games if their team's doing so hot? No, because no joke. You look at Hard Rock during their home games, it's not completely full. No. It's actually under 50%.
No. Yep. No, I agree.
So I'm happy for the Miami football team, but their fans just trash. It's hard for me to say anything but that when you get the comments that you do, and the join a conference crap over and over. But that's everybody though. That's all Notre Dame haters.
Yeah, not just Miami. Yeah, no, we see it in the SEC fandoms. We see it in the ACC fandoms. We see it Big 12. So Big 10. Yeah. Nope. I agree.
But you're right. it's been an interesting playoffs both years of the 12-team playoff. It's been really interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
So
I mean, do you even want a bye at this point? I mean, if your team's seeing this, I mean,
I've seen this.
Dan Lanning made a really interesting point, and I won't get into everything he said, but he basically said, start it earlier, make everything like FCS where, everything's hosted in those stadiums, and get it done. In few words. I mean, you can go and look up his comments about it. And I agree. I 110% agree. Like, I think the neutral field sites and the time waited and stuff, I think it's BS. I think the transfer portal opening before the season's actually over, postseason wise, is bullshit.
Well, we'll get to the transfer portal because there's a lot of there with
same with the coaching carousel. I don't think that you should be allowed to make an offer to a coach until the season is completely over, until the national championship is done. If you want to wait until that clock hits zero, and then as soon as that clock hits zero, whether it's 2 a.m. on the East Coast or 1 a.m. or whatever, then you can send Lane Kiffin and Brian Kelly and whoever else that doesn't amount to hill of beans, and I hope they lose every game. Coach, yeah. So, yeah, it's ridiculous, but yeah. So, moving right along, because we had a time we wanted to shoot for. Transfer portal. Very interesting.
A couple that weren't very surprising, like Kenny Minchie, he transfers to Nebraska. Wasn't very surprising because CJ Carr, he's established as the guy at quarterback. So Kenny Minchie, I wish him all the best. I hope he gets a great opportunity, and Nebraska's going to do some things there. Another one that transferred out, KK Smith, wide receiver. I forgot where he transferred to, or if he just
he got kind of lost on the depth chart anyway.
Yeah, exactly my point.
I don't think that he, was going to see playing time, so he wanted to go somewhere else, which is understandable.
Joshua Burnham is one that kind of hurts.
Yeah, Indiana.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing. What's with all these guys wanting to go to Indiana all of a sudden?
So here's my take on that. And I mean, I don't know.
We had a couple portal guys that we lost out on. Indiana.
I don't know. I don't know for a fact. Okay, so take everything with a grain of salt. Do not quote me. I think it's just easier. If you want to play football and worry about football and only worry about football, you go to Indiana.
Shots fired a little bit, Ben.
Well, not like that. I mean, okay, we all know that Notre Dame has a very rigorous academic program. I mean, facts. How many times have we heard, it's whatever, homecoming week, and instead of the guys legitimately worrying about the game, they have finals or midterms or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not a shot at Indiana in any way. I'm saying that if I was a guy, straight up freaking honesty here, okay? If I was going to choose between the two, okay, and it comes down to, do I want to worry about two things or do I want to worry about one thing? I'm worrying about one thing and not two. Let's be honest here. So, yeah, I truly feel like that's what it is.
And I just was trying to mess with you, Ben. You know me, I got to add some comedy in here. But
yeah, that's honestly what I think. I truly
had I gone to Notre Dame, I probably couldn't have handled that.
No.
I mean, it's a hard enough school to get into as it is, but we got to show everybody our Notre Dame degrees, Ben.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I was opening that up, is because we heard that last year when we played Indiana nonstop. Can I see your Notre Dame degree? Can I see your Notre Dame degree? It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking a little shot there about that crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Josh Burnham, losing him really hurts. The Irish also missed out on a couple of guys in the transfer portal. That wide receiver Marsh from Was it a wide receiver? I know there was a defensive end we missed out on and a wide receiver.
Yeah, wide receiver sounds right. And were they both Indiana? Or no?
I think Marsh was the wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Michigan State, that's
Yeah,
right.
I think he ended up going to Indiana.
Yeah.
And then there was a defensive lineman or defensive end. Well, defensive lineman, but all the same. But he backed out as well.
Yeah.
So, do you worry about missing on a couple of big guys?
No, not at all.
Because you missed.
I don't worry about it. No, I mean, Freeman has excellent classes coming in, plain and simple. And the guys that are already there are excellent too. So, not super worried about it. And I feel like, I mean, obviously, like, you're coming in from high school, and I get that, and it's a similar situation even if you're transferring from another college. But I think it's a little different when you're coming out of high school and jumping into a program than going from one college program to another when it comes to learning a new defense or a new offense. Our defense struggled in the beginning of the season. And it was growing pains. It wasn't because we had untalented guys. It wasn't because we, didn't know our heads from a hole in the ground. It was just we're learning a new system. And now the system's in place, and now we're playing out of our minds. So I wonder if some of these guys that are coming into this system see it and go, that's not for me, and then they go to a defense that's more up their alley. I don't know. So
it's understandable. I mean, you got to do what it boils down to is if you're the prospect, it comes down to just you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you got to make and I respect that. You got to make the decision that's right for you and nobody else.
Right.
So I get that. I get that. So I can't, if they made a change their mind, I don't blame them. I understand it. It's disappointing to not get a big name guy, but I get it. At the end of the day, it's their choice, not ours.
Yeah. Yep. 110%. I agree.
So, but all the guys that did transfer, I do wish them the best of luck. And yeah, I hope they get a chance to shine, because that's just what happens. There are guys that grow and stand out. And unfortunately, some of these guys who are very talented do get buried on that depth chart. It just happens.
Yep.
So,
yep.
So no, overall, I'm not worried about it either, because that's exactly how I see it. Now, I don't exactly understand why some guys I don't understand, like Pat Coogan, because he was a starter for us last year.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder with those guys why they go, but that could be a whole nother video for a whole nother day.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder too if academic plays a role in that too.
Good point.
You never know. There's lots of variables. I mean, and we're only privy to a few of them. So
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Well, for the first video of the new year, I think we gave everybody a good taste of well, I don't want to say what's to come, but we're getting flashy here, folks. We're getting flashy. But one thing you can definitely expect from us going forward is more videos. We're going to devote some more time to that. Really get this going.
Yep.
We haven't discussed it yet, but we're planning out a lot of things of what to do. How many videos we're going to do a week, live shows, and all that. It's being talked about, but this is the start for the new year and a new beginning for this show.
Yep.
And remember, the Irish brothers, not the two Irish brothers.
Yeah.
So there were definitely a few other things I want to cover, but you know what? Why do it all in one take?
Yep. I agree.
So with that said, for this video, that is the end. And one thing is not going to change is how we say goodnight to you guys. As always, I'm Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters.
And as we always say, every video, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Go Irish.